Hello everyone, thank you so much for liking my channel, The Utopian Garden. Today I'm making a video yet again about the Arka Rakshak tomatoes F1. And first of all, before I start off, you can have a look at these and I'll let you know the advantages to start off with. So the first advantages of sowing Arka Rakshak seeds is that it is triple resistant to the major three diseases tomatoes generally go through while in their whole phase of sowing up until harvesting. So those three major diseases I will let you know in detail. The second advantage is the fact that the per plant yield is basically 19 kgs. So just imagine the business potential this can yield for you. 19 kgs from every pot of one seed that you've sown. That is like tremendous. So this genetically modified variety of tomatoes can actually be a great business model for urban gardeners. So let me now get down to the third advantage. So you only need to have basically 150 pots and frames for placing those 150 pots vertically, because if you have a terrace or if you have a small tiny garden, you will have to ensure that that you end up doing vertical gardening. Sorry about the background noise. The place I am at right now is basically right on the it's facing the one of the highways of our country, like major traffic out here. So anyway, what 150 pots and the infrastructure related to it can yield you in a span of a year is a maximum revenue of, or not revenue, but I calculated the income and I'll show you that an income of 4.65 lakhs. Now you'll be surprised, I'll have made the calculations. Of course, I'm going to show you the monthly income basically ranges from 32,000 and up to a maximum of 40,000 per month. There are minimal expenses, and the returns for these tomatoes while you farm them vertically or on your terrace are excellent. So the best part about tomatoes is that you can harvest them all year round, you can sow them all year round, you don't need to worry about anything. In case let's say you are in an area where there is a lot of heat in a certain during a certain phase of the year, then you can obviously have a small tiny, not really tiny, but I would say about a smallish kind of micro poly house or something, which is sort of a stopgap arrangement a lot of people are making on their farms as well. So another big huge advantages for people, because I'm creating this video for all those people who are residing in cities like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Hyderabad, etc. So the fact is that these people can end up earning a lot of money all year round by way of selling in their respective metros at certain locations which are can fetch high rates for them. Rates generally vary from 45 rupees per kg and go up to 78 rupees per kg in an area like Delhi, because that's where I reside currently. So I have paid approximately 75 to 80 rupees a kg in the last month for a kg of tomato, of course. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to show you the business model for this, which I have created. It took me about 1.5 hours to make. So what you guys can do is basically, while I explain all this, you can probably pause and try to understand what exactly is this. So I have actually done is taken 50 square foot of area. So one plant basically yields, this is 19 kg is the maximum single plant yield. So let's not probably be a little considerate towards us and presume that the generation of tomatoes per plant will be probably 12, 14, something like that, probably 20, 30, 40% less. So that way what happens is that you stay in a realistic zone, and at the same time you try to gauge what kind of a business model you will end up getting and then what kind of a returns you will end up getting. So what happens is that let's say you plants such as tomatoes need 12 inches pots, so that's like 1 square foot of area. So 50 square foot of area 50 pots in the first round. Basically, first round, what I am trying to say is that you on the first of any month, you buy all these things, and you obviously sow the seeds and do everything in that month. And then the second lot basically means you buy the same things, you do exactly same in the on the first of the next month. So basically you do it thrice. And tomatoes generally take about 80 to 100 days and a maximum of 110 days to yield out the quantity it has to. So you'll basically need I'm doing a minimum calculation. It's up to you and the kind of area you stay in, the kind of circumstances around you with regard to selling of tomatoes, and the kind of price points you are able to fetch. And you can probably think about having 200 plants instead of just 50 in one go, and then 200 next month, and the 200 next month. What happens is in 3 cycles you will have to invest, but in the 4th cycle you will have to use you can easily use the fixed cost infrastructure of the first lot. As simple as that. So thrice you will have to pitch in money. So as you can see, I've taken the least number of pots, like, so 50 pots cost is 80 rupees, so 4,000. And you can have a look: cost of seeds, cost of fertilizers, cost of labor in case you wish to have mali, etc. And then cost of vertical frames, because here we are encouraging people to have vertical farming on their terrace, so which basically means plant over plant. Hence we'll need vertical frame. So one frame costs about 150 rupees, which can be lesser or more depending on the kind of negotiation skills you have to pick on your area where you reside in. So basically 750 for that. First lot of production time about 110 days, let's take the upper limit. And then for the first lot, the total cost, I have already explained that to you. So the total cost is 15,000 rupees for first lot. So what happens is I have taken 17 kgs instead of 19 per plant, and then I have calculated the total revenue. Cost per kg is 55 rupees. I have taken it I've taken a median value, and a revenue per plant is going to be 850. So you multiply that by 50. So this is the total revenue after 110 days. So it's not like after a month, it's after 110 days, because that's the amount of time tomato actually takes to harvest the first lot. So eventually what happens is I have calculated the income now, because I have to minus this amount from the revenue. And eventually what happens is the lowest amount that you can end up making is about 27,000 rupees. The higher, obviously, it depends on the kind of efficiency you put in. It depends on the amount of costs that you can save in terms of variable costs, and also if you're able to push down the fixed costs as well. So it could probably even reach close to 40,000. So anyway, so this way, this very same way, you can see I've done it for the second lot, 35,000, lower end 27,500, and again for the third lot. But from the fourth lot, what you will start to do basically, there's the fourth lot. So you will start to earn, or rather I would say, the fixed cost of 5,000 rupees will totally go away, because you will already have had the infrastructure in place. So you will use for the fourth lot the first set of infrastructure that you used for the first lot, basically, which is pots and frames and seeds, etc. So this is what I wanted to share with you. But at the end of it, the annual turnover, so this is the lowest you will have, which is 3,75,000 per annum. Let's probably decrease it by, and be more as realistic as possible. Let's be as conservative as possible. So let's push it down to 2.5 lakhs. Do you not feel that this is a pretty good amount for least amount of effort that you have to put in? So this is like an alternate source of income for you. And on the highest end, if you're like impeccable in terms of taking care of your plants, you do it perfectly all year round, then you can end up making close to 4,65,000 rupees and upwards as well, depending on let's say if in particular months the pricing of tomato goes up to, let's say, 70 or 75 rupees a month for, let's say, 2 to 3 months, that you can actually end up making more than 5 lakhs as well. So guys, this is what I wanted to share with you guys, and in the next video I'll also show you the harvest I've had. No, not really the harvest, the growth of palak and saag, or saag basically, with the seeds that I used, which I bought from Bangalore. So those are, if I'm not wrong, palak, obviously palak Arka seeds. I don't remember what the variety name was, Mangla or something. I'll have a look into it, and obviously I'm going to share with you the update after 11 to 12 days of sowing the seeds. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and please stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, God bless, and keep smiling.